What is up, everybody? This is Nick Marty with Bearded Bites and Bearded Bites and Breakdowns. Had a brain fart right there. I got my co-host. I'm bringing him in now. Aunt Dabney, Coach. How's it been?
Good, coach. Good. How you doing today?
I'm great. How you feeling?
I'm all right. Feeling real
Yeah.
good.
Well, that's great. I'm glad to hear that. I missed you. I'm pretty sure a lot of people missed you on Friday. We had Big Mike supporting his Sunshine Pro Wrestling because he's an announcer, and
Okay.
we were talking ball and all that, man. So tonight we're going to bring in a guy that a lot of people might know. Um, and I'm gonna let him introduce himself. Uh, you know, but he is the founder of the Lady Ball Hawks, and the Ball Hawks. Coach Vince, what is up, man?
How y'all doing today?
What's
Great,
up?
man.
What's up, V?
What's up, Aunt?
All
But
right,
yes, what'd you
go
say?
ahead.
Oh yes, I'm Vincent Armstrong. Most know me as Coach V, founder of BALLHAWKS and LadyHawks. Um, the organization is doing pretty good out of Inverness right now.
Okay.
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 Well,
Okay, coach.
tell us a little bit about yourself. Tell them about a little bit about your life, and tell us how the Ball Hogs got started, man.
Okay. Well, I grew up here in Inverness, playing from Storm all the way up to middle school to high school. Um, kind of started, I was coaching in 352, and it all started from there. I liked what was going on. Um, where there was around every time where people were branching off, so we went ahead and made Ball Hawks, and Ball Hawks, blew into Lady Hawks. I had a couple girls that were on my teams. There was also a couple good girls that was in the league, so why not take those girls and give them the opportunity to shine, in their own co-ed group.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hold on. We ain't gonna skip too much. Now y'all know. Let me jump in now. Double Dutch time. So, coach. So, coach. Growing up here in Inverness with the experience of that, how did that lead you to wanting to come and to mentor the youth in this area?
I'd say it was just Uh, well, I was, pretty good athlete. I tore my ACL, so I went through a stage where I just was kind of depressed. Um, Now I started coaching and then brought back that joy. And, like just growing up in Citrus County, a lot of us, if we had, more mentors like, some of us, we probably would have made it far. So I just try to be one of those coaches to help out these kids and keep them on the right path.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hmm.
Yes, sir. So is flag the only sport that you coach?
I do tackle, but right now flag got me in a chokehold.
Yeah. Yes, sir. How many years you been coaching flag now?
This would be my fourth year. Yeah, fourth year coaching flag.
And when you say lady ball hawks and ball hawks, is that one group of girls and one group of boys? Do you have multiple groups of kids on both sides? How does that work?
Well, it's starting to grow. So we have a 6U that just went to Disney and won in the bronze. Um
Okay. Shout out to
Congratulations.
Coach
thank,
Dirk, Coach Dirk,
yeah, Coach Dirk. He was
Keon, my
uh,
boy Keon, Cash Money, yes sir.
Yeah, I actually just left their practice. We got something special going on with them moving up to 7U. Got a couple new players, so it looked nice when I just left up out of there. But yeah, so I got the 6U. We have the 7U group, which they did pretty good, and then the 8U girls. They also did good. We have 12U boys that they weren't wouldn't say they weren't ready. It was just the timing was, wrong, and it would have been too quick just to throw them out there to take them to Disney as well. So,
Okay.
but we also have a tryout coming up here on the 18th where we're going to be, filling in some other age groups.
Okay. Okay.
Coach Vince, what age groups are available?
So there's going to be a 6U, a 7U, a 8U. We're looking to get a 9U for the boys. Just got to find us a coach. We're going to have 10U, 12U, and 14. And then for the girls, we're going to have 8U, 9U, 12U, and 15U.
Oh,
So
okay.
trying to expand, it's just all about right now getting the coaches to help coach them teams.
What are your requirements for the tryouts? Like, how does it cost anything? And where they're going to be held at?
So it's going to be held at Cornerstone. We're not doing yet the cost fee because we're just having, we're having everybody come out first, and then we're going to, select the players and then label the cost fee. We come in, we have a good group of sponsors right now that we have helping us. So it helps parents, with the tournament fees. As now, we pretty much just ask that, the uniform fee, you either get the uniform or you get the package deal. We don't have sponsors for that tournament that's, we're going to go to. We ask parents, each kid to, cover their costs. So it's been pretty.
It's not expensive at all. I could tell you from experience. I could tell you that.
And then, like I said, we got a couple good sponsors where if we have some that can't pay, we don't mind helping out and, covering when we have to.
That's what I like to hear. It gets a little rough when, it's rough, man. Like it's hard to try to, do a bunch of sports and, try to, make it where you can afford a lot of kids to play and all that. So that's great that you're helping out families like that. That's what I like to see in this community. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
What makes I want to say what makes your organization different, but what makes you stand out a little bit different than other around the counties, surrounding counties and stuff? What makes your organization a little different?
That's a good question because I wouldn't really say the different part because I'm still learning. So trying to outdo nobody, better than no one. Man, I have a hard time saying no to kids. So it's pretty much like the kid comes and they want to train, I get up and we go train. A kid needs help with homework, give me a call. Just anything. I try to, like I say, I try to be a mentor of what I didn't have when I was coming up. So sometimes I try to be there for the kids. So
that's what it's about.
That's admirable, coach. That's admirable, coach.
Yes,
absolutely.
I say I'm still learning. I'm not trying to outdo nobody or trying to compete. We're just, trying to make it fun for the kids.
How has the community response been since the creation, the founding of the BALLHAWKS?
Oh man, I try to go to Walmart maybe an hour before they're closed because the second I get out of the car, it's Coach Vince or Coach Armstrong. I have people, I may not even know them when I'm walking in the stores and they say, oh, there's Coach V or hey, Coach V. And I just, hey, keep on going and try to sit back and think later on, where do I know that kid from? So it's been good. Like I say, I get text messages and Facebook messages from people I don't know, and just seeing that, it makes me want to go even harder and keep on growing.
What's the not necessarily the end game. I guess at first, let's say what are some of your short-term goals with the organization with building?
With building, I can say I try to, it's the growth in each kid that comes into the organization. We want to see that from the time you came to us to the time it comes to one of those big tournaments, you've learned something. We try to tell the kids, of course, everybody wants to win. But as a beginning, it's not all about winning, it's about learning. So try to tell the kids, just go out there and have fun. You have fun, the winning will come easy.
Right.
That's a good that's kind of my way, winning will come. You just got to put in the work,
Yeah.
and to me, like you're doing a great thing over there. It's great that Cornerstone is teamed up with you, to provide you a field and all that, because I know around the county it's just very, very sparse, when it comes to having fields available and all that, because you got all sorts of different leagues and everything going on at the same time. So it's they really need to push this sports complex over there in what, Homosassa, Lecanto area, because it needs to grow fast to provide everybody with, it'd be great to see you host a tournament and stuff, for your flag league and all that, at this new facility that hopefully gets pushed through. So
So
Yep.
has it been pushed through, or are they still voting on it?
I believe they're still trying to get the votes and all that. It seems like it's got legs to stand on. It just needs to be pushed over the finish line.
Is that funding pushing it over the finish line?
Well,
The
we
F-bomb, my
listen.
bad, fellas.
Listen, my whole thing is this, okay? Is we have great leaders of different organizations that I feel like the county should support. We should support them all, because to me, if our message is truly about the kids, then we need to be truly about the kids, and we need to push this all together. We need to be united. So to me, like, we listen, to me, we all played ball, and to me, when you got a brotherhood and everything like that, to me, like, this is a brotherhood, like this isn't just, one league or one organization or whatever. It's about all sports, male, female, whatever, for the kids, to have something that they can grow, because that's what we need in this county, man. Vince, I like I said, I appreciate you coming on and everything. What, like, I know Ant said short-term goals and everything. What are some of the tournaments that that you've gone to so far, and what is it like to play some of those competitions outside of the state of Florida and everything?
Oh man. First it was rough. When we first started, it was very rough. We were going in there, losing, but we had a lot of close games. We got to Disney with the boys, and it was like we had a whole new team. So going in with the girls was kind of different. The girls started off pretty fast. Within the second tournament, they had us at Junior Olympics, playing up in 9U as we're 8U, and that was in Texas. And going up there, man, that competition and those kids, it was a whole different scenery.
Oh, we lost him. He probably got a phone call.
Can you still hear me?
Yep,
Yes,
we can
sir.
still hear you now.
Sorry, I had Coach Dirk was calling in. But no, when we went up there to Texas, man, I tell you no lie, my girls and I told them I couldn't even blame them because we faced a team. They were called She Different, and they had a girl that was my size. We actually just went to Disney, and she ended up guest playing on a team that we played against. And the girl had to stop growing. So it's been a lot of, like I say, I go to these tournaments and I learn a lot. Like I say, the girls, since we came back from Texas, we have won 4 rings. We're now qualified to go to Iowa, which we're trying to get, the rest of the teams in the organization qualified as well. But man, it's been a whole learning experience. Even from watching other teams warm up, I learned something new. So like I say, from going to tournament, it's been a big help in this whole process of growing the organization. Heck, I got buddies that met through playing games against. They help try to lead me in the right way of certain steps and routes to go with building as well. So
Speaking of that, how when you say you got people leading you in the right way, give us a little more of that backstory on just the what do they call it now? The origin story of BALLHAWKS. You know what I'm saying? Where did it turn from um, helping a team or coaching one team to all these different, avenues that seem to be opening up through parents reaching out?
Oh yes, I'd say that comes from me not being able to say no. I said they come up to, like I said, every other day I got kids asking to start this age group, start that age group. And like I say, it's hard for me to say no. And it really started, like I said, I had my son, Kenyon, of course, started with his, and he has kids all over his school. He goes to a private school. So it kind of came from some of them kids wanting to play. And then, we had some from the league that I was coaching in, 352. I say the girls, it was just, I had 2 girls on the team. And I felt like they deserved to be playing against their own race. So we went and, like I said, started the girls team. The girls team started doing good. And it just keep expanding from there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's dope.
Go ahead, Ant.
So I'm sure as you saw, Coach, we had a couple other interviews, and we bring the guys in and we let them shout them out and talk about the age group. So, man, pop your shit a little bit, man. Tell us about the age groups players, about some of those star guys coming up, because flag's such a growing sport right now with so many colleges pouring into it. You got I just saw an article that said NFL players might be trying to start a professional league here. It's a sport that's blowing up, and you got a lot of guys, who have a name at a young age. So, tell us a little bit more about those guys.
Yeah, so the start of my team, every kid on the team, they all have their own personalities. Each one of them are special. Right now is what I keep telling them is the more work they put in, the better they get, and the more they get, you never know who's out there watching you. For instance, we just played, and I was wondering why the boys were just doing so dang good at Disney, and it came along with Antonio Brown being on the next field watching us. We have some pretty good players from my boys to my girls. We got Hayden Brown, who that girl, she's just, I call her the salsa dancer because she just turns those hips left and right so quick, and it just makes it hard for anybody to pull her flag. So I think what comes from that is, having those teams merge together sometimes and just do everything as one big practice. And, we got some fun drills that we do that plays a part in it too. So, I said they all have their favorite football players. Now with girls being able to do it in college, the girls are now, learning their favorite players. So it's just all playing out as one pretty good, thing coming together. I said I don't want to call out just one kid because, like I said, all the kids are special. And
Yes,
I
sir.
really hard to just call out one because from tournament to tournament we got kids making big plays, and me, I'm excitement coach, so I think I'd be more excited than they be half the time. So like I said, they're all coming out. I think that's what it's all about, man.
What's been your favorite moment since starting the BALLHAWKS in the whole journey?
I think my favorite moment would be I think I'd say this go round with Disney. We took 3 teams to Disney. Each team, came out. The practices definitely paid off, and they definitely shocked me. But I think it was, from the start with the boys, from last year, us being one step away in the silver bracket from playing in that big championship game to, like I told the boys, don't matter if win or lose, y'all did something, y'all improved because now y'all are in the gold bracket. Same with my girls. We've been going tournament to tournament. We couldn't get over that step with the Jaguars, but in each game, in each tournament we played them, they showed improvement. So I can't really pinpoint exactly what, like I said, which excitement, but all together, this year's Disney was pretty good for us. Especially with the 2 boys winning that thing. That was a big plus.
That's awesome.
That's a big deal. It was a big turn.
Let me ask you this, Vince. What are you needing from the community? What can we try to, this is to provide you a voice for your organization. What do you need from the community? And what do you need? Like what kind of message do you want to send to the parents that are watching, and what are your challenges of trying to your biggest needs basically in a nutshell?
Well, first off, it'd be, I'd say, the field situation. We're grateful for the stone, but that thing don't have as much lights. Right now we have a stand light that we got from Lowe's. Just more I'd say getting our name out there to the community. We're still a growing organization where many don't know of Lady Hawks or BALLHAWKS unless you run into a kid that have the shirt on. And then I would like for how do I say it too, more have these parents get the kids involved, not just drop them off at practice, not just bring them to a tournament. We do, because certain things where our fundraisers, we go to Clovers and we get very involved with that, to where shoot, you think half the time I'm the manager of that thing.
That's true. I've gone to a couple of those nights while you guys were there serving food and all that. And shout out the Culvers over there off of 44.
Yeah, big shout.
They're always that's one thing I've told everybody on this show before, like, hey, look, we do mom and pop reviews, but like, I can't hate on Culver's over there in Inverness. I can't hate on Wendy's over there and Lecanto. I can't hate on Glory Days in Lecanto, because they do help us out a lot. They do help out a lot of organizations. They always do a bunch of stuff for the community. So shout out to all them.
The Wendy's in Crystal River and Seafood Cellar too. They helped us.
Yep.
Wendy's just helped us with a fundraiser and getting our girls to Texas. Seafood Cellar definitely played a big part in that. So I can't leave.
Shout out to Seafood Cellar.
Yeah, that we ain't gonna get into it just yet, but I got something to say about them. So it was good. It's good. It's good. It's not nothing negative. Nothing negative with that. So
bring it out, Coach.
Vince, speak. We just spoke one of them, Culver's. Who's some of give us some shout outs for some of your sponsors, man. That
Okay.
like some of the people that have helped you out along the way with the kids and everything like that.
Mouse dry. Give me 1 second.
Yes, sir. We got 1 second. I actually have that written down. Where to put my little note? So yeah, we had Village Toyota out there
Okay.
in Home. We had Eagle Buick. We had Ace Hardware over here in Inverness.
Mm-hmm.
We had where's 1 second. Hold on, because I don't want to forget nobody. 1 second, Nick. Hold on.
No, don't forget anybody.
Yeah, because I have those messages. You forgot me and you forgot this.
Listen, I just we'll cover the time right now. Seafood Cellar is one of my favorite seafood places ever. Like, and I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't like fried green tomatoes, but man, they got some jammed up fried green tomatoes, and man, they really know some seafood, man. Everything's good on the menu. Everything.
You gotta go to Crystal River. That's all, baby. West. Huh? I ain't gonna say too much, huh?
Man, stop it. Stop it, you homer.
I ain't gonna say too much, Nick.
Yeah. Listen, I know you, Crystal River, through and through, brother. But you a homer.
Hey.
Yeah, so I couldn't find my little pad, but we had a couple dealerships, a couple family-owned businesses over here in Inverness, Publix, Clovers, and mainly the most part, we had a couple parents that they just wanted to they just like seeing the kids happy. So if we fell short, sometimes they'd be like, "Here you go, coach. Let's go ahead and get them in." And we don't want you to tell everybody we did this for you, but here you go. So I said I want to leave out anybody, so that's why I just came in here and said.
Well, shout out to them for stepping up, because it takes a village to run that, and it's great seeing people come together when it comes to the kids.
Definitely have, like I said, we have some good supporters when it comes to getting these kids to these tournaments. So I said it's always rough at first, but like I said, now it's getting a little better. Our name's getting out there. I have certain parents are reaching out to this one and reaching out to that one, and it's helping us in all major parts.
Wait, how do you manage numbers with stuff like that? Because with us in tackle, both of y'all know how I like to do tackle. I like to push it to the limit. How do you manage having a good name and kids wanting to play and just so limited amount of space of PT available?
Sure, that's the toughest part right there, managing that one. There's always going to be someone that don't like something that you're doing. There's always going to be a parent that's mad about a kid not getting in or this much playing time or that playing time or amount of time. I think the main part with that is I just always sit back and just remember the vision. So I try to ignore certain things and just keep making these kids happy and improving them each day we can. I say, as long as the kids are happy, I'm happy. And that's the main part of it for me. I say I kind of ignore things and shoot, I ignored and add on another practice. Yeah, so.
Now, Vince, let me ask you this: do you try to get everybody playing time? I'm not really I'm not really familiar with flag. You know, I watched, you know, my youngest play flag the one year, and I'm sorry, I can't get into it. I'm a full tackle guy through and through, and I just I can't go to the dark side, man. You know what I mean? Like I just can't go get go and turn my pads in for flags. You know?
Yeah, so I do. I did well. I think I do a fair job of getting every kid in. I know when we was doing rec, I definitely made sure I got every kid a touchdown. So I say I think I managed, getting each kid in pretty good now.
That's definitely a good goal. That's definitely a good goal when, you know, trying to get everybody a touchdown, because not everybody experiences getting a touchdown, you know?
And it's hard because some expect, especially with rec, some expect their kids to just not come out the game. And when it's rec, it just, you have to put it, certain kids in.
Mm.
I'll say it for you, Coach. You got to play the Timmies.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to.
Y'all know I don't mind though. We'll load up with them too. They got to be taught and they got to play too. You know, I don't mind, but some people get, they don't want to be honest about where they at in the journey.
Listen, sometimes you still get like I know I get thanked still to this day. You know, getting their kid a touchdown when they probably had no business touching the ball, but I wanted to get them a touchdown. Damn it, you know. When you work hard every time you come to practice and you don't cry about anything, and you know you always show up with your lunchbox. To me, they deserve to get a touchdown, man.
You know, you're the nice guy. You want to baby him.
Listen, listen, it's different when they hit a certain age, man. When they hit a certain before they hit a certain age, you gotta treat them like, you know, they're youngins still. You know what I mean? You know, but when you get the 12U, man, gloves are off.
Yeah. All the way
gloves are off, right, Vince?
Yes, sir. That's our last Thursday. I had to tell our 12U and 13U age group, there's no more babying, y'all. So when mama or dad ask, you better have my back and let them know why you ain't get on that field.
Yeah, you might as well just take the gloves off from the get-go. But that's why I'm Coach 6, right?
No.
Remember, we all remember how that went last time. We'll leave that alone.
We'll move on that note.
Yeah.
Hey Vince, so I'm wanting to know, because you grew up around here.
Yes, sir.
And everything. You played for I believe the Razorbacks, right?
Storm. So the year that I got involved, it was the last year of Razorbacks. So
okay. Yeah.
I was the originals that was with the Storm.
Okay. What is it? Name me at least five, if you can, mom and pop restaurants around here that you like that's your go-to.
Oh man, you got to add Coaches in as number one.
Okay.
You know, I love their chicken wings up there.
Okay.
Then I would say, you're talking about that exists now or just throughout me growing up in Citrus County?
You name someone something, and I'm pretty sure Aunt will be like, yeah, I know.
Okay. I say Coaches. I come into liking Chili's a lot now. Cinnamon Sticks. Cinnamon Sticks was a good one.
Cinnamon Sticks was. I love cinnamon sticks.
Then there is I love Outback. I love Outback.
That's not mom and pop though, Vince.
Oh, okay. What's another one? Inverness don't really have, because it's been.
It don't got to be Inverness. It could be around here, around wherever.
I'm gonna tell you the OG spot in Inverness, Joe's Deli.
Joe's Deli.
Joe's Deli. Yes, sir.
All right.
Yep.
Deli, but I figured it was Joe's Deli. That's a good
Joe's
one.
Deli.
Yeah,
Yes.
too. I said once I find one and I kind of stick to that thing. I don't, go experience all type of different foods. I try to keep it, regular.
I'm the same way, but I gotta go try other places, man. I got to, that's my due diligence as a fat guy, trying to let all you skinny people and semi skinny people, let them know where the good food is so they can fatten up and get fat like me.
Because I ain't gonna lie, in your post, Nick, and I be wanting to come in and call you like, where you at? Where's my invite?
Listen, anybody's invited to come eat with me. You don't need a damn invite. You just show up,
Hey, Nick, I can't see the comments. I see the notification of what we got down there.
Oh, I don't. Oh, hold on. Let me see what we got here. Oh, we got Ryan Tibbetts. He said, "Laugh out loud."
Ryan, what up, Ryan?
Ryan
He said, "Rec flag is about developing the kids. Comp is a different story, though. We get it."
Explain that to us, Coach. The difference. I mean, of course, no pass, no hitting, but how much different is flag than tackle since you coach both of them?
I would say it's a big difference. The main thing that I came into flag and I had majority of my tackle kids. So it was getting them out of stiff arming, getting them out of swiping, the flag guarding. And then it was just learning the rules. I can say if you don't know the rules of flag, don't go into a tournament without reading that book. You want to make sure you know the rules because the rules are totally different than how it is at tackle. I think I just want to say I just adapted quick, but I have a team mom who she's all about the rules and she don't care about getting into the ref about the rules. She would come in, with her phone and show you this rule that can't be allowed. So like to say, shout out to my team mom, Hannah.
Shout out, Hannah. What's up, girl?
Part of, when it comes down to flag.
Yeah.
Ryan Tibbetts says tackle kids can actually get hurt or let others get hurt if they can't do their job. And then he said, "What's up, fellas?"
Yeah, where flag kind of stops some of those, the injuries that are in tackle. I'd say I like flag with that too. Kids, they can get a concussion, but it's more or less likely of them getting a concussion in flag. So, you got some kids that,
Wait. You say they're more likely to get a concussion in flag?
No, less likely.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Yeah, less likely. I say, I love it because, tackle ain't for everybody. You got some that they just don't like being hit. So they come out there and go to flag and it's a whole different ball game for them.
Yeah, that's very true. In some ways, look, I used to frown upon flag in a lot of ways. But it gives other kids an outlet to go. So they're not, let's say they're undersized or they just ain't developed, mentally or, physically, like size wise, compared to, some kids on tackle. So they got an outlet, they got an outlet to go ahead and do that. So
yeah, because I say the flag definitely helped out with Kenyon with certain things, learning how to move his hips and,
What's up, Raiden?
What's up, Raiden?
Speed and stuff like that. Flag definitely played a good part in, developing. He's coming along.
You gonna get off Kenyon?
Yeah, no.
We gonna go ahead and go to commercial break on Ken because we ain't even gonna do that. My dog was straight. He was already a conference champ out the gate. We're not even gonna do that. We gonna wind it up.
think both of y'all got on me about being a little too hard on his bud.
Yeah, you gotta let him grow up. I guess
Yep.
I'm the pot calling the kettle black, huh?
Hey, it's that commercial break.
Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna tell you though, I think, see, I'm one of those people, it's like this. Like, I respectfully disagree when people say tackle's not for everyone. Anyone can learn a game.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end of the day, it's just a game. A lot of the times I think the problem is people, you know, they want to glorify a certain spot, or they want to glorify attention, or they want to live vicariously. They want they want their kid or their family member or their friend to be everything they think they should be, instead of letting them just learn, letting them play, letting them grow. I think a lot of kids are turned away from the game because of fear. Um, Getting hit, hitting other people, where in a way, um, y'all both know when it's taught properly, it's a technique thing. Is there a possibility of injury? Yes, there's possibility of injury slipping on the bathroom floor when it's wet.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, being honest, it's not. Now the way that I view it is, um, a lot of kids, they're specializing really early in one thing. A kid will be 8, 9 years old, and your parents that never did more than play junior varsity sports in high school, all of a sudden a LeVar Ball telling you you should only play this position for 18 years. And I think that takes away from a lot of kids learning. You guys know I'm an advocate of kids playing multiple sports as they grow up. I think it just adds to the scope of how they play each game, but also the way they view any game. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Um, the way that those sports are growing, all of those sports now are just part of, a kid's ability to market itself to a school. Um, I think with so many different levels of college and colleges offering different sports, that it's really hard to say a kid could grow up playing a lot of multiple different sports and get to that point where, if you're really serious about trying to play at the next level, not having an opportunity. I know they show you the numbers, and it's astonishing numbers. It's astronomical almost, the percent of kids that'll play and don't go on to play in college or have the ability. But a lot of times those polls are staggered, and they don't, they're not telling you. They're not counting every kid all the way down. Is it the same experience if you're going to JUCO, NAIA, as opposed to a big time D1 school? Absolutely not in ways. But I think the transfer portal is also giving kids opportunity, if they look at it the right way, where if you go to a smaller school, you have the ability to do what you do on the field and then present that to the world and be compensated for it. Um, I think I like that personally.
I agree with you on the multiple sports. I feel like kids should try every sport, and try to find their groove on that sport. You got you got some kids that are just really really great at all different sports. We have seen a lot of good athletes be multi-sport athletes. I mean, you got like you got the greats that were multi-sport athletes, and like Deion Sanders, Randy
Florida.
Moss.
See how when you name the greats, the
Yeah,
first two of them went to Florida State. We can keep
stop it.
going though. Let's
Stop
keep going. Let's keep going.
it. Stop it. You got guys that are like you got guys that are like that wrestle and stuff like that too. They have wrestling backgrounds. Wrestling is great for tackle football because it helps you tackle. It helps with endurance and stuff too. So it's to me, like that's what needs to happen though. Kids need to find their niche, So um Vince, tell us where we can find you at and everything. Tell us what your page is. Do you have a page?
Oh yes, sir. So our Facebook page is BALLHAWKS and LadyHawks. And we also have an Instagram page that is also the same, BALLHAWKS and LadyHawks. And a new thing that we've been seeing that our when we have our meeting with my coaches and staff, I'm gonna bring across the whole TikTok thing. See a lot of kids at tournaments, they do team TikToks and stuff like that. I want to, open that up to the organization too. Get us a little TikTok page and have these kids do their little dances and keep the culture alive, pretty much. So, but yeah, now it's just we have the Facebook and Instagram.
Okay.
And we steady post on there. We're gonna be posting here again next week about our tryouts. We also have a training that we're going to start doing on Fridays where anybody from any organization is, allowed. We take everybody. You want to get better, just come on up there to Cornerstone. We'll be posting the times and the exact days for, everybody to stay, involved with it. So I got a group of, I think, 4 to 5 coaches, that are volunteering to come out on, either the Fridays or the Saturdays to come out and do those trainings for us.
Okay. Shout out to those guys. Shout out them guys. That's an amazing thing whenever people take time out of their day and away from their families to help other people.
Yeah.
The training days, Coach, I don't think you gave us a date and a location for those.
So we're working on the exact dates. I know for sure we're gonna try to work in a weekend, and a possible weekday. But when those come together, we'll end up posting those on our Facebook page, which is the BALLHAWKS and LadyHawks page.
I'll share that too.
Yeah, we typically do 5:30 to 7:30. What we do, we set up different drills, and each drill has 15 to 20 minutes, and then we rotate.
Okay.
So, and it's mainly on those, I say, trainings, because we, every kid want to, work on the speed. Some want to work on catching better. Some want to work on pulling flags better. Even some of the bigs that we have, they want to learn some tackle stuff. I got a couple coaches that, coach tackle that, we can help them with that as well.
Okay. On Ant, you got anything else? Because I want to ask him basically a closer question. So you got anything else for him?
No, Coach, I think we went over it. And when the questions pile up, we'll always invite Coach back.
Yes, you're always welcome back.
So, Actually, I ain't gonna lie. The first one, my nerves were kind of all over the place.
I saw you over there.
My second one, I knew my second one would be a little bit better.
I saw you talking all fast over there.
Vince, I got what I like to do at the end. I like to try to do it at the end. Sometimes me and Ant don't know when the end is. What's up, Bubba? What 3 things are you grateful for?
Number one always is God.
All praise.
Happened to me where I just say God put me in this place and in that predicament for more doors to open up. Second thing I say, thankful for these parents trusting me with the time that we're putting in with certain ones. And then my staff, I got a good backing.
What's up, Rick?
What'd you say? Sorry.
No, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, my staff, because sometimes I be, frustrated, and I got a couple that I can call and they'll, get my mind back at ease. So I said, I'm thankful for everybody that plays a role in, BALLHAWKS and LadyHawks.
That's what's up.
Vince, I can't say any more about that, man. That's a great little list right there, man. To be grateful for. So, I will definitely be reposting all your stuff. Just, hey, everybody, like, share, subscribe to his his Facebook page and everything like that. I will definitely share it, and support whatever you got, because that's what we want to do. We want to grow every single youth organization around here. We want everything to get better. And that, to me, right there, is what matters. So, with that being said, we appreciate you being on the show. We know you got to go,
Hey,
and
Coach, I got one more real quick.
yeah,
Yes,
what
sir.
you
Now,
got?
for you let Coach off the hook, you got anything you want to announce or leak on the show? We'll take it all now. If not, I understand. But if you got any big announcements, go ahead. We could drop it and clip it, baby.
No, we're going to hold off. Like I say, just stay tuned. Follow that page, that Ballhawks and Ladyhawks page. We're going to do the announcement on there.
Yes, sir.
We got Coach V. Who is the 10U Ballhawks coach?
So right now we got Nikki.
Raiden asked.
Nikki, who asked?
Raiden.
Oh, so for Raiden, we got Nikki. She's over there at Dundell and Tigers. She's gonna come and hold that age group down for us. And she has a couple good assistant coaches that's coming along with her.
Okay, shout out Coach Nikki. Shout out Coach.
Yep.
Yep. We'll
Right,
start
well,
announcing them
hey,
here, which coaches we're gonna have for each age group.
all right, that's awesome. If you have any announcements or anything like that down the road, feel free to reach out to me and Ant, and we'll get you back on the show and everything like that. So, appreciate you, man.
All right, thank you guys. Y'all have a good rest of y'all night.
All right, take it easy. All right, Ant. So, it's been a few days. I hope you're doing good.
Yeah, I can't complain. Man. I gotta stay away from the fair, man. I'm too old to be at the fair.
Was it I want to hit on this topic because I ain't trying to get all political or anything, but did you see the executive order for the NCAA for if you play football you can't play more than 5 years, and
I like that.
You're allowed one transfer. You're allowed one transfer, but if you try to transfer again, you have to sit out like a red shirt.
I'm a little bit torn on the transfer rule because as much as I think that's probably a positive for kids overall,
Mm-hmm.
they're young men, and if we don't know how some of those things will impact their journey in the long run. We had a player at Florida State that was a good up and coming running back, and he had I don't want to say bad management in it. Let's say a person who was maybe not as informed as they thought they were. And they thought he'd jump in the portal and, command top dollar. And it just didn't happen. And he wound up going to a smaller school in the SEC. When lost, they had a better record than Florida State this season. But I know there was a time where he kind of wished he had just stayed.
Mm-hmm.
And I think part of that, builds an individual too. I think eventually a lot of the stuff, like as far as transferring, I think a lot of that stuff would have leveled itself out.
Yeah.
I absolutely agree with the salary cap. I think top 60 programs, it doesn't necessarily help us. It kind of hurts us in a way. But at the same time, if there wasn't one, you had certain schools that just eventually they could break the market at every position. Miami's one of those schools who was, you guys pump a lot of money in the NIL. Texas Tech is another school.
Listen, that's oil money. Texas Tech, all them Texas schools, man. Nothing but rich oil money, man.
How can a school like Cincinnati keep a kid like Sorsby when for one season you're gonna give him what Texas Tech gave him? It doesn't even.
Well, that and his girlfriend goes there. So
yeah,
Jason, that was one
the
of
U is not back. The U is not back. You got to win something. Y'all still haven't won an ACC title or a national title, and you blew this one at home to Indiana. We ain't gonna get started on it.
Listen, we could, but we're not.
We ain't gonna get started on it.
We ain't gonna get that going because that right there wouldn't be good for you.
I mean, you might as well not win any games if you're gonna get there and blow it to a team that never won before.
Shoot, that's what happened to you guys. You guys beat Alabama. You won one more game, and you said, "Oh, we're done for the year."
Yeah.
J.O. said, "I'm a Gators fan. I'm just building up Nick's ego." Yeah. Nick don't got an ego.
They beat us up too. We had a rough year this year, but we got the last. We still won last in Florida, and anyone who won anything, we won last. Conference titles, national titles. We just haven't seen y'all win in a long time. A lot of them kids are getting old now.
Listen, they I feel like what's great is a kid like Malachi Tony. That there was kids like youth kids that were sitting there going up to some of the coaches or like the coaching staff, like for the Canes, and was asking what's he like, like, have you touched him? You know what I mean? Like kids are like just overall just fascinated about him. Like he's a national treasure down there, man.
Well, he's been a big name for a while now. He reclassified to go to college early. I mean, he could have still been playing in high school, and now it's hard to believe that he's gonna stay 4 years in college. But after the way that deal might be structured, if the salary cap doesn't hit too hard, I mean, he's a big deal.
Yeah.
The kid works hard. The kid's always worked hard. And he's absolutely putting himself on display and getting what he deserved. Big shout out Malachi Tony. Gabos.
Listen,
Gabos. Game ain't based off sympathy, baby.
He changed his number too. He's no number 10 this year. He's number 1.
Yeah, we don't care.
Yeah, listen, I don't care what number he wears, as long as he performs like he did last year and does even better. Oh my God, y'all gonna be hurting this year. y'all thought this past year was rough against us.
Yeah, y'all might as well enjoy it. Y'all might as well kick us while we're down, because when y'all are down, we win national titles and conference titles.
Listen,
all right. Slow down on us now. Hey, slow down.
Listen. I'm gonna tell you right now, conference title, that's great, but national.
You can't talk about it. You can't talk about it because y'all don't got none.
I don't need to worry about a conference championship. Don't gotta worry.
You ain't got no natty either.
Hey, listen, we got more than you guys, and we've sucked.
Man, you know how old you was last time? You was in school last time y'all won a natty.
Listen, that's fine, but you still haven't caught up. We gave you a 25-year head start. You guys still couldn't catch up.
No, man. It's a reason everybody doesn't like the Seminoles, and your granddads and your uncles don't like us, because Bobby was so dominant and Jimbo came right in winning. It was just It was like drinking Kool-Aid with no sugar. Just left a nasty taste in your mouth. I understand it. You know, everybody was happy they kept us out the playoffs a couple years ago because we could have won it without the quarterback.
Mm-hmm. Well, you guys did get robbed, you know, just like, you know, you guys did get robbed that year. It sucks.
Just like that year we threw that touchdown on y'all. They called it out of bounds. Yeah, you remember I called you?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Listen, we'll focus. Hey, what do you think you're I know it's really early right now, but how you think you're going to do this year? You think Norvell's going to be gone after this year or what?
I hope so.
Yeah.
Mike's a nice guy. Mike is a nice guy. He got put in a terrible spot.
Yeah.
He got put in a terrible spot because in a way, I think he has such a hard time. I don't know, man. He has a real hard time pulling high school kids. And so then in a way, every single season, you're kind of hoping to hit that boom in the transfer portal. And a lot of people think that year that we went undefeated was just one of those situations where he went to the portal for
gold, man.
No, he had 2 years though. You got to think
but
the season before he got Fisk and a couple other guys.
Oh, he got Keon Coleman from Michigan State. He got Verse, you know, he got Verse and everything from, you know, the lower college. A
lot of people forget Jordan Travis was a Willie Taggart portal guy.
Yeah, he was. And here's the crazy part is, you know, like I just, you know, like I know Jimbo didn't leave him with he left the cupboard bare for him, you know.
Who?
Jimbo Fisher.
Come on, don't do that.
He left it bare.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Did. Jimbo,
don't do that. Go on and close it out. Don't do that, Nick. Don't do that.
Listen, I'm just saying. I'm being real with you.
What are you talking about?
I love Jimbo, but he stopped wanting to recruit his last year there, and because he knew he was going to get a bigger bag at A&M. Right. So
you still could have did a little better. Willie's problem was shooting for the stars. He was shooting for all the first round, surefire, and I understand you doing that, but you got to have a good backup plan. When you know that the money's coming in and you're not paying $1 million a player, and Jimbo's going to pay $1 million a player at Texas A&M. Mm-hmm. Kirby's going to pay what he wants to pay. Nick at that time was still paying. Lane Kiffin, Sarkisian, let's just be honest. You've got to really do your due diligence. And with the budget you got and the level that we are, you have to. A lot of that work really at Florida State has to go into really in-depth recruiting and development. Mm-hmm. If you look at some of the old pictures and photos and videos and stuff like that of Bobby Bowden with the guys back in the day, they look like fucking monsters.
Listen, Bobby, you know, I gotta say, man, you know, I know I'm a Canes fan, but man, Bobby had a soft spot for me because in my heart, because he was a hell of a coach, you know.
Yeah.
Him and Mickey, you know, Mickey Andrews, you know, that's son of a gun. He was like the Buddy Ryan of freaking college, man. He blitz his own damn mother if he could. Hey. You know what I mean? Yeah, guys.
We could get him back, boy.
Listen, and Mickey would take the band member from the damn stands and blitz him, corner blitz.
But you know, you play fast
all over the place.
We even this year, I'm not thrilled about it. I'm gonna support the team, but that's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah. Well, listen,
it's tough watching you guys go and blow it in the national title, and it's just like
tough seeing that. What are you talking about? wasn't happy just to get there. I wanted to win. You know, but you know,
Well,
listen,
they say to use back now because of that. I don't know.
we ain't back. We ain't back until we start winning and stacking national championships. You know, we got the number 2 quarterback in the nation that committed the other day in 2027. You know, the class of 2027. He's number 2 ranked quarterback. You know, us Miami fans, we have a joke about he's a 5-star now, but if he commits to Miami, he's gonna be a 3-star.
Yeah, he's going down.
They'll lower his ranking just
He's
because he
going
committed
down.
to us.
That's how it was with us when we were winning.
Mm-hmm.
Florida State, they'll put them down. Jimbo sometimes waited till later in the cycle to have kids commit so they didn't lose their ranking.
Listen, I'm excited about this week. This week is going to be a fun week to do some shows. We you know, we got Jordan I forget how you say his name. Aquando, Jordan Aquando, who plays for Team USA flag football. He's supposed to join us on Thursday. We got a live stream that's going to happen at 1:30. I don't know if you're going to be able to join me yet.
Friday?
On Friday. Yep. Because we have a special guest, ex-NFL player. I'll leave it at that. We won't break that news until Thursday night. I did get confirmed that he is going to be here on Friday on the show. So
Okay.
Hey, listen, we're growing it. We got over 100 followers on the page. I just need everybody to start liking, subscribing, sharing.
Yeah, we need a like, follow, and subscribe. We need a like, follow, and subscribe. We're on the way to 1,000. Don't miss out. We need that. We got a gift for the first guest. When we get to 1,000, we're gonna take all them subscribers down and send them a gift. So you guys make sure you hit that subscribe button and tell your friends to do the same.
And I look at it as, hey man, you know, we're growing this, and I'll take that 1%, getting better every time. Hey, listen, we stacking days. I love it. I appreciate you. And hey, look, I'll see you on Thursday night. All right.
All right.
Peace out, everybody. Have a good night.